Non-executive directors and executive directors. What is actually the difference? So first of all, executive directors. Executive directors are senior employees of the company. They are involved in the day-to-day running of the management and the day-to-day operations of the business. So they are in the business every day working on something or working with people. So the responsibilities are making the strategic and operational decisions for the company. So they are not just strategic as board directors, but they have operational responsibilities. They are in the business, they're doing something. One of the big responsibilities for an executive director is implementing the board's policies and strategies. So things that are decided at the board or resolved at board meetings. It is the job of the executive directors after the board meeting to go back to work and actually implement these decisions in the business. They also have to manage the company's affairs on a day-to-day basis, and they have to report back to the board on management and operational matters. If there are HR issues, if there are technical issues, commercial issues, or if there's news to report on financial matters, the executive directors report all of this back to the board so that the board can have an informed view as to how the business is actually going. And so they are directly involved and they lead specific departments or functions. So there's the CEO, the managing director, who has overall responsibility, but there will be a CTO quite often, which is responsible for the technology development. There could be a COO who is operational and perhaps handles the supply chain. And there might be different roles there, but basically what they have is an operational role on a day-to-day basis in managing the business. Now, the non-executive directors that we find on the board are there to be independent and to provide an external perspective. When you are in the middle of things as an executive director, it can be difficult to look up, as it were, at the horizon and see the bigger picture because there are so many daily issues that you have to deal with. The non-exec director's role is to help the executive team to take a step back and look at the bigger picture and to provide an independent view as to what things might look like from the outside. So the responsibilities of a non-exec director are providing an independent oversight to make sure that the company is run legally, ethically, properly, to contribute to the development of the strategy. So using their experience, using their expertise, by asking questions, by reviewing and evaluating the information provided by the executive directors, they can contribute to developing a very good, successful strategy plan for the business. They are there to perform and monitor the performance of the executive team. So is the company actually living up to its plans? Is it achieving its goals on sales, on recruitment, on employee retention, environmental standards, whatever they may be? Is the executive management actually doing a good job here? And really important is the integrity of the financial information provided and the controls and systems around risk management. Because if things don't go well for a company, directors are personally liable for some of the fines being struck off as a director, or could even lose the limited liability that is attached to the role of a limited liability company, which means that directors personally become liable for the debts that the company has incurred because the financial systems were insufficiently robust. So this is a very important part of the role of a non-exec director. And they are expected to bring an objective view to board meetings. They are not expected to be attached to any one particular shareholder or any one particular group. They have to be objective, they have to be independent, and their role is to act in the best interests of all of the shareholders and stakeholders that the company has a connection to. So those are the differences between a non-exec director and an executive director.